Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's BDL44 coming at you with another video. I'm trying to keep my voice down, but I do want to say something to all the NBA fans, Laker fans, everybody out there. There are no bad teams in the league this year. Not a single one. I've searched the entire league. They all have potential. They all can win on any given night this year. Now, can things change? Injuries, COVID protocol, guys just not playing well. Yeah, things can occur. But I'm telling you, from top to bottom, all 30 teams can compete this season. I think there's some teams that have some coaching issues. I think there's some teams, of course, with injury issues. There's some teams that are getting off to terrible starts because their systems are not in place and they're developing those systems. I think there are teams out there who are getting off to fast starts because they have players breaking out, guys who have done a great deal of conditioning, growing over the off season. You can see the work being put in. Some teams are more healthy than others. It's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm here to tell you. Usually you'll find a team every year where it's like, okay, they just don't have enough talent. They're just not going to be able to do it. I don't see that this season, you guys. I really don't. I don't see that. What I see is a bunch of teams that are all capable of basically overachieving at whatever level their base is. Young teams with a lot more talent than the average young teams from previous eras. Teams that are maybe undermanned in terms of talent, but then you look at those teams and they have superior coaching. Like that's something that you're going to find a lot in this league. Some of the teams that don't have the best talent really do have some of the best leaders running it, like, you know what I mean, some of the best stars on some of these teams that are not so as deep. And then you have teams that you think are one thing, but they're going to prove themselves to be something else in terms of being much better than what you expect. Players that are possibly going to break out on the back of these benches that I think have potential if given opportunities, and if injuries pop up, you're going to see teams get better because they got players on the back of these benches that are better than some of these starters. That's another thing that you're going to see in this league this season. As protocol and things like that pull players out of your lineup, you're going to see some of your backup players step into their own. I think that's just part of it. So, as I sit here as a Laker fan, I'm concerned because my team is older. We have an unorthodox fit. We're starting to pile up injuries. And I understand the landscape. So when we have situations like this where we go and run into teams like the Thunder, as to where I'm listening to the announcers and all of these guys talk about, the Lakers are supposed to win this game. In my mind, I'm like, not necessarily. Because I know that the Thunder have some talented players on it. I know they are going to go out there and compete. I know that they have things that they can attack my team with that directly affect our weaknesses. And I think that's the point. There are no bad teams in this league. You know what I mean? Because even the best teams have weaknesses. Like your Nets have weaknesses. Your Lakers have weaknesses. Your Chicago Bulls, they have some weaknesses. So it's like there are no superior teams in this league. There's no one that is that much better than everyone else. Even though the Lakers and the Nets are supposed to be, that's not what the reality is. NBA is wide open, and I think ultimately, I don't know if I can come at this objectively because I'm a Laker fan as it pertains to what I think will ultimately happen. But superstars do win. I gotta say this though, the way it's going right now, it's gonna be more like last year. Who can make it through the season healthy? I think it's gonna be another one of those because everybody's so good, and as I said, no one's better than anyone else. So who can make it? Who's gonna outlast? And you know that's obviously something that's just gonna play itself out. So I'm excited. The season's getting started off very, very, very fantastically, if that's the way to phrase it. And even though the Lakers are close to 500, I can't say I'm surprised. I'm not. This is what I predicted. You know, if you watch me talk about the Lakers leading up to this season, I thought they would be struggling. You understood that because we talked about it a lot. The Lakers are going to have to figure out their system, particularly if we want to talk about the Lakers. And that's what it's going to be until they figure out how to develop some type of cohesiveness between the three players on that team that are superstars. It's just going to be struggles no matter who they go up against in this league. So that's just what it is for my team. But yeah, man, I'm excited about the league as a whole, and I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm aware of. There are no bad teams out there, and anybody can get beat by anybody at any given moment. Obviously there are teams that are better than others, but yeah, don't think you can sleep. Don't think you can rest your starters this year and just get a victory. Don't think that your lead is safe. It's not. No. The teams that you knew that sucked last year, they inherited some talented youngsters. That's what happened. So now your Clevelands, your Thunders, and your Sacramentos, they all got one of these super rookies that can go off and change life for them. So it's like, get everything out of your mind about these bad teams and what they're expected to be able to do against these good teams. Because these good teams, some of them are new and fresh, and they don't know anything about what it is that they're going to look like at the end. They're developing that identity. And these young teams have kids that are just going to be superstars tomorrow. So at any point they can show you glimpses of that and blow your team out the water. So yeah, be aware of that too. My name is BDF44. Thank y'all for watching me. That's pretty much what I got to say, and I'm out.